Alright, hello. I got a video blog to record. I don't know how. I have a few different phone stands. Here's one. Let's see. I think I'll try this one maybe first. I'll set it up here like so. But that's not good enough. Try this one. Also have my scooter. Let me move this. I don't know. I think I'm going to put this one in here. This phone in here, I mean. I used to use this app all the time. Now it's like every time I start and stop it, it's going to do what it's going to do. It starts playing ads. I have to adjust this for portrait mode. Basically, I was seeing some road rage incidents in the news feed, and how can I set that up to have the mirror in also at the same time? I don't know, but I think the screen turns off after a minute or a few minutes or something, but I gotta move the cat stand. Scooter in. So I even have on this a cell phone holder. This would be pretty comfy. This with the footrest like here, because I added a footrest. I don't know if it can be seen. This would be pretty comfy. The power's off right now, but plan was to have it like so. Just balanced like so. I don't know if I should sit on that. I might sit on it like this. It always swings to the left because of the heavy mirrors. Otherwise it wouldn't. Now I need a step stool. I gotta get a step stool now to get up on it. Oh, there's one in the pantry. This is a housewarming gift from my grandmother. But still, the computer is kind of far away. Computer's kind of far away. The jacket's in the way. Turn this light off. There's enough daylight. Scoot the whole thing over. It's gonna fall, right? The camera's gonna fall. The camera might not fall. So if I leaned back, then that would not be good if I had leaned back. Try again. Okay, I'm gonna put my foot on the footrest. Both of them. So if someone's not able to do what I'm doing now, I wouldn't even recommend trying to ride one of these. I could just pull up YouTube right now and look up scooter crash videos and show people crashing without anything else involved. Although I'm sure there's videos that are more interesting. I don't know if that might be the right word, interesting. I'm gonna attach this here. I think interesting, I mean, involving scooters and people, or scooters and bikes, or something like that. Although those videos do, exist, most of the videos I've only seen a few, are people just crashing into poles, falling off, just adding like one extra person out there watching the person ride their scooter adds a sense of, I don't know if I would call it anxiety, but on YouTube trending right now, near the #1 spot is Inside Out 2, the sequel. I never saw the first one, but hopefully I'll get a chance to check it out. It looks alright, it's an animated movie, but I'm gonna move this scooter. I don't know. I was really not considering making this video, but I suppose I had kind of started with last year talking about what I called the war on cars, after what they had in such and such time period. Started with the war on crime in the 19 such and such 1920s and 30s, and then after the war on crime, there was the actual World War II, the Second World War, and then the war on poverty in the 1960s. Lyndon Baines Johnson, LBJ, former president from Texas, has a freeway named after him, 114, that intersects. There's an intersection of George Bush Turnpike and LBJ freeway, interstate. I don't know if it's interstate, but I'm kind of giving my opinion as a non-driver on road rage incidents. But what's interesting to me is, like, I don't know if people's advice can be trusted on outside of maybe professional drivers. Say I worked for a tow truck company, and wouldn't it be against my interest to tell people how to drive safer, like just like on a microeconomical scale? That's how it would be. So in a similar vein with microeconomics, there's I just have to move that to keep the camera open. There's microeconomics, and so all the advice is talking about using the on-ramp as an acceleration lane to accelerate, and people say get brought up to speed, to at least 55 miles per hour or 90 kilometers per hour to merge into the freeway, and that the freeway drivers are always going to have the right of way compared to the on-rampers, the people trying to merge onto the freeway. So it's always easier to look smaller and smaller to understand the larger dynamics. So the smallest set of intersections is going to be people walking across, like a little tiny stop sign or something. Like, say there's a stop sign, say there's 4 cars, 1 car, even just 1 car and 1 person walking. So it doesn't, of course it always comes down to one like climactic point of how this stuff unfolds. But let's say there's a person walking up to the stop sign and a car coming like this. So if I'm going, or no, if the car is going how it normally drives, as if there's nobody walking up to the stop sign, it's, I don't know if I'm going to say proper, I don't know what the word is, but the right of way is, however this person is casually strolling, they shouldn't have to adjust their speed. So sometimes, like, I run across the intersection if there's a car, just because I've seen memes of, like, that people make of, when somebody walks really slowly through a parking lot, like intentionally trying to slow, cause hassle the car drivers. So I usually generally try to jog across the intersection at a fast pace, but that shouldn't, that's yielding. That's the person walking yielding the right of way to the car. So the car should generally slow extra. Like if they normally pull up to us, let's say here's the stop sign right here where it says record. Here's the stop sign. Let me pull this down. Here's the stop sign. Here's a person walking. But say there's no person walking. The car usually goes and decelerates at, let's say 15 miles an hour, negative 15 miles an hour, decelerates like this. If there's a person walking, they're going to have to decelerate at less than that, like 7, to try to like get the timing right, to allow the person to not have to adjust their speed or stop or anything like that. And so that happens on my scooter virtually every intersection when there's cars. I have a lot of ways around it. Like I'll do a little right turn and a U-turn, a little right turn and a U-turn. 3 little U-turns to make one big U-turn, just for example. But very, very long story short, because this happened last year, when I had ordered, oh no, let me point the camera away while I input the password. Yes, so I had told this on a video blog. I had ordered Chili's to go, and some places like Chipotle, even if it's 30 minutes old and wrapped in foil, it's going to taste virtually the same. The cheese might be a little melted, but that's no big deal. But with French fries, it's like I got to get them, and I got to get them home to eat them, so they still taste good. Since then, since it's been about a year since I last took my scooter to get Chili's to go, I learned how to bake. Instead of refrying the fries, I've baked them in a toaster, and they taste virtually the same. So I've gotten over that. I am normally the most responsible driver unless there's French fries involved. If I have to race home, because they're already kind of cold, it's something that I really dislike about restaurants in general. But if I go to the filters and I go to the year 2015, I can show that this was, 2015 was 10 years ago, just about 9 years ago. I pressed the button and nothing's happening, so there's already something wrong. Let me refresh the page by pressing the Control and R. Okay, so the page is reloading. I don't know if that's picking up on the video, but the page has reloaded. And so this was kind of like my old video from last week or something on YouTube about managing posts on Facebook. It takes a real powerful computer to do this. So I just kind of assumed that it's going to work. It was getting stale, sitting there for a while. So if I go to the year, I'm looking for 2015. That's 9 years ago. How do I, oh, there's a little drag down box over here. It's almost like I'm combing through the entire history of everybody's Facebook, talking about millions, if not billions, or even trillions of posts when I do this. It's like, that's why there's so much lag. Like, if I try to go backwards in the timeline, it's almost like I'm not just looking at my own posts. Like, according to the server, it's like, I don't think the server has them separated by person. It's like everybody's in it together. So if I go to 2015 and I don't have a specific month, oh no, I should have a specific month. Oh man, that was it. I'd seen it. This was it. So here's my restaurant experience starting, a long time ago. That was a video from like 2006. Show my age a bit. Had I seen that? Maybe or maybe not. I thought that was the right video, but maybe not. I thought I would find this faster. So many of these things are locked to only me, and I'm gonna have to go through it later. It'd be like, oh no, what am I showing? I didn't expect to show all this. I really didn't. Because I went through this the other day, and I'd seen my video of me riding a gas-powered scooter. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. That sucks. Oh no. You must have hot pistachio, yes. Go Petrix. This is off-roading downhill. This isn't the right video, but this is basically what I'm looking for. There's no sound. Let's hear it. Alright. That's me. Let's hope it plays again. It's called off-roading downhill. Should I zoom in? It's difficult to see, but it's a scooter virtually identical to my electric scooter. And okay. Oh, that was it. This is the one right here that I'm looking for. Alright, so here's my scooter. Can I zoom in? Alright, so obviously the sound is like the key component that makes electric versus gas-powered scooters makes a difference, right? Believe it or not, in the 1920s, electric-powered scooters were, I don't know if they were sold to the USPS in New York City, but USPS workers used to ride scooters almost identical to this, and they would deliver mail. They were mail carriers, couriers, you know. Just a little bit of history before I get into my history from just last year, very recent. So I was in very early when this scooter thing, when these hit the streets, you know. I would have never foreseen, and none of the other companies in 2020 would have known that they were going to be wiped off the map. Not just off of Facebook, but I mean like off the face of the earth. Like, let me reload the page again. It's getting stale. Should I just quickly tell the story of what had happened last year that I stopped going to Chili's because of this? At least on my scooter. Okay, so right here is Chili's, and these shops at Vineyard Village, right next to this place, featured. These are the different shops, and Chili's is in here, like right here. So I live like a mile away, and only half a mile away. Something's going wrong. Did I zoom in too much? I'm trying to zoom out. Okay, so I live here, and Chili's is here, in between Schlotzsky's. Okay. In between Schlotzsky's and Smoothie King is Chili's, okay? And so it's like half a mile away, distance-wise. And on my scooter, roads where we're going, we don't need roads type thing. But just so that I don't do that all the time, go off-roading, I just normally go this way. And this intersection is very dangerous, like very scary and dangerous, and there's hills to make it even worse. But I had looked both ways and behind me and forward to make sure there was no cars coming. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone.
And I went as fast as I could to make it to this next intersection, the Gateway. And as I'm going down this hill, I hit about approximately 30 miles per hour because it's downhill. I see that there's a car behind me in my lane. And when I say in my lane, the bike lane, I mean, like I went to McDonald's the other morning and there was a biker going on this. It's like there's no good time besides like the early morning when no one's on the road to ride this on a bicycle or a scooter. But there was a car coming westbound and they were behind me, and there's no signal of like go around me, right? So what I do a lot of different things, but what I did here in this instance was look behind me like this and not look back forward, because I only have one set of eyes. So this intersection, I only have one set of eyes. So this intersection right here, it's like, if I can zoom in closer, here's Bays and here's Glade. And here's it's a 2-lane avenue, and there's 2 lanes on each way. So it's actually 4 lanes total. And I think there's even a turn lane. So I would never stop, or not. I didn't even stop. I was just going really slow. Generally speaking, this light turns red. So it's, close, over 50% that coming this way down this hill, there's going to be a red light here. It's like over 50% chance, just from my experience. Anyways, very rarely cars turn out here, but occasionally they do. And I don't have 2 pairs of eyes, so I can't watch the car behind me. And I definitely don't trust that they see me. That's like the foundation of all bicycling, motorcycling. Basically, even driving a small car nowadays is like being in a motorcycle, because there's so many large SUVs and trucks on the road. But yeah, it's happened to me before, and it makes my heart drop, or whatever the phrase is, when someone pulls up to an intersection really fast, like they're going to run the stop sign, and they probably would if I wouldn't have been going this way. I just don't want them not to see me. I don't want the car behind me not to see me. So I slow down to a halt, even though I don't think I remember halting, up until the point where, the car is like coming over the hill here. That's like a good, I would say a quarter mile or so, maybe like less than a quarter mile, but about a quarter mile. I'm watching them with my head turned behind me, and there's no one in front of me. There's no one coming the opposite direction, eastbound. It's just this one car. I had tried to check to make sure that no other cars were coming, and here all of a sudden, where does this car come from? They must have been already speeding. Like they must have been like way back here going 40 or 50 in a 35 to get all the way there. By the time I'm like here, they're already coming over the hill. Like, where did they come from? I'm not 100% about that, but that's just my hunch, is that they were speeding. And that they didn't come from either this intersection or that. They might have done a U-turn here. You never know. They might have done a U-turn here. And anyways, I think it was a black SUV. And okay, so I had ended up slowing down to a halt. I don't think I stopped altogether, because if I stop altogether, I fall down, right? Like I'll put my leg up in the air. I could show that how it looks like. I just stand on one leg and like balance like I'm doing not hopscotch, but that game with the polka dots and like twisting your arms in weird ways, polka dot game, whatever. And I'm trying to imply to the guy to just go around me, because there's 2 extra lanes that he can go around, right? And I would never, I would never do this again, any of this, but what I would never do is like, if they tried to go around me, like jump in front of them, like some of these videos I'm seeing today on YouTube. in the local area, but that I'm going to showcase after this, I hope. But so I'll never forget this, because I guess after I picked up the food, I went back home. Oh, there's one thing that I forgot to grab, and that was my book with the quote in it. The quote is from a book in the 1950s called Strategy, just the word strategy, and it says, the longest way round is the shortest way home. So I had made a comment about, like, it's kind of like baseball, rounding the bases to make it home. That's what I had done here. Just to try to summarize, like, real briefly, after we had the incident and exchanged after we had the incident and exchanged words, he went ahead and stopped at the red light, like it would have been there. I knew it was going to be there, a red light. And he hit the red light and stopped. And I pulled off to the side, like onto the sidewalk, and just waited. There was still no cars. It was like a standoff type situation. And I wasn't going to pull up next to him, because he had already mentioned to me that today was going to be my last day living. And I kind of laughed it off, because I kind of expected him to say that after his behavior driving. I was like, that's kind of the end of the line. Like, there's no other, like, that's the heftiest punchline there is. Like, there's no stronger punch than that. There's nowhere to go. I don't remember the exact words, but I have it on my blog, video blog, some of the exact words. It played out like the movie Black Sheep with Chris Farley and David Spade, when unintentionally Gary Busey gets hit by David Spade when he's not paying attention. But yeah, the guy pulled up to me and asked me if I wanted a D word, and I'm talking about D-I-E word, not D-E-I, the D-I-E word. He said, "You want some D tonight? Or do you want a D tonight? Do you want a D tonight?" Okay. And I'm thinking, and I kind of laughed it off. I didn't even look at him. I just ha 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 ha. Like, because on my scooter, when people don't understand, in cars and walking and maybe not bicycling, but my wheels are this big. Like, my wheels are this big. If I hit this computer mouse on the road, my whole thing is flipping over, okay? So I have to literally watch every single inch of the road. So even when people that I know drive past me, I don't even look at them, because I've got to look at where I'm going. And anyways, so he says these things. We have this altercation. I don't even look at him. I'm still watching where I'm going. And so I don't know what he looks like. But long story. But the whole, I have it. Let me go ahead and show where those are in a manage. I pressed the wrong button. Manage post. I'm looking for such and such time period of last year. This is actually going to take me a while now that I think about it. If I search through my email, I can find when I ordered it, because I ordered it online. Oh. So here's last year that I click. And what month was it? Oh, I think it was like May 25th, now that I think about it. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's how it is. Is there some way that I can scroll down? Okay, there it is. Oh no, the screen turned off. Okay, it was 24th or 25th, I think. Let's see. I probably should have done just May, and then. So I sent these messages to my brother that I haven't seen since then. Yeah, it was this right here. Quick update. Chili's Grill and Bar. I say instead of bar and grill. Real quick update, quick enough. And there's 5 + 4, 9 videos telling the story. So that's the whole story there for the most part, and it hasn't changed since. But since then, there was a news article that I'll get to eventually. First, let me go to YouTube. I don't think anybody's signed in over here. Alright, so I go to YouTube and I search WFAA Road Rage So this was from 3 days ago, and driving same car. All right, 2 Ford Escapes and the household insurance. And here we go. What somebody says is that the Escape was trying to escape the Ram that was trying to ram the Escape. So that's a Dodge Ram and a Ford Escape. Okay, so they have the short version 3 days ago and the long version. I'll go ahead and show this. Maybe just show the comments. Dusty screen. All right. It says the Ram was trying to escape and the Escape was trying to ram. That's what happened. So it's funny. And this might be somewhere very near the George Bush Turnpike, or I think that's 635 and 35, but it looks like just a local intersection near 114 and stuff. So should I show the whole thing play out? I think I just missed the juicy part. They have both trucks. At this point, they tried to PIT maneuver to the left, the Escape did, and then they tried to PIT the trailer, but the trailer ripped this fender. Okay, so before, the fender wasn't ripped. The fender rips right there, and now blah, blah, blah. So people say in the comments, this car tries to pull over to report the accident, not understanding that both of these trucks are recording. So here's the first person view, and it's so funny that they have the radio on. It's like talk radio, making fun of woke stuff. It's like, this is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the exact car that I'm driving, but mine's white. So it's a different one. That's not me. That was not 3 days ago. You know what I mean? But it's still kind of funny to me. But what's a little bit less funny is, okay, so how are going to be these words that I type here? Let me, okay, so I type my city, road rage incident, and then I'm going to type the street. Oh, they got him. Thank God. Oh, wait, no, that's a different. There was no. Hang on, that's not it. This is not it. This is April 2023. This is different. I'm looking for. Okay, so here's the video that from CBS Texas. That's why I kind of feel like I kind of have to make this like driving instructional video of studying the microeconomics of just a person walking and then the person driving. Like what is the right of way? What is yielding? What is merging? To me, the right of way means giving someone the courtesy that they shouldn't have to slow down or speed up. Just letting them continue at the pace they desire. And if it's a person walking that feels unsafe, as they probably should on any road, considering the statistics, car just drove by, if they want to stop and stand there, they should be able to, because that's their prerogative. If that's their right of way. Whoever's driving the larger vehicle should be yielding the right of way to the smaller vehicle. And so what unfolds here is the case of someone being discourteous, even though they don't have the right to yield, or the person on the freeway didn't have the right to yield or slow down for the other person getting on. And the other person getting on not only hit them with their car, but also pulled a gun. And so it's on video, and I'm still not finding the little article that I'm looking for. It was from a Irving News. No, I want to click news articles. It showed up in my news feed. And it was the same car, but it was the different edition. Hang on, Here's another road rage incident. That's the one from just yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to re-find this. I don't think I took any screenshots. It was from last year. I know all the key words. It says road rage flashing lights. People do that to me on my scooter. It was a PIT maneuver, and it was an Asian car. Nissan, Mitsubishi, Honda Civic. It was a Honda Civic. No. There was no video of this. Car slams in a motorcyclist in road rage incident. And a Honda Civic. This stuff happens every day, all day. That's why it's the war on cars. It's like in the war on drugs, people are on drugs, right? And during Prohibition times and the war on crime, they were on alcohol. Yay. This was very local to me, like within a mile of my house. This was like, not a national news story, but it was like, they couldn't find who it was. It was the same car that I drove, except for it was the Sport, like SE edition. It was the same color, but it was a different edition. So that was pretty spooky to me. And I think it might just be the intersection, and no harm, no foul, but it said in the article they wanted to charge the person with the person who attempted a PIT maneuver they'd hit this little car with attempted manslaughter or attempted murder. And I say that casually, but that's serious. And that's the same, I think the same charges. They say it's a felony charge over here for this first thing that I'd seen in the feed. This ain't it. Yeah, they said when there's a gun involved, it's a felony, but damn it. It was Irving Weekly. Irving Weekly, Glade Road, Honda Civic. Like, what are the key words? I don't know if it was Irving Weekly or no, but Irving Weekly, Glade Road, Honda Civic. So I need like all of those. I need to find those. No, nothing. Road rage. Add road rage. Ford Escape. This ain't it. Oh, I searched before 2024 because it was last year. So I add the before 2024. There's nothing. This is a damn shame. I feel like I'm the only person who had seen that article because I'm not finding anything here. Damn. What if I just tried Glade Road? Glade Road Rage. No. I'm not gonna find it. It's a damn shame. That sucks. I guess I'm going to end the video. But yeah, the quote from 33 Strategies of War is a quote from a 1950 book on strategy called, what the quote is about direction, indirect versus direct is the longest way around is the shortest way home. So as I was coming home with my fries, I wasn't worried if the fries were going to get cold because I know I can heat them up. As I'm going, kind of like a bicyclist, I ride with traffic on the sidewalk. There's a lady walking her dog, a long way, like half a mile away, like a long way away. So I say, I'm just going to cross the street and now I'm going to ride on the other side. so that we don't, bump into each other. So I can be courteous and stuff. Not only did I do that, but I went all the way around, like a long way around, like way out of the way, and a lot faster, but on the streets, not on the sidewalk. And by the time I got near the end of my route, I was back on the sidewalk and hit some very bad mud. And this was the day after riding through the flash flood thunderstorm. I'm talking about, it was rain, it was pouring, and I had landscaping glasses that I got when I was a teenager for my business, and they helped, but it's not perfect. I think if only contacts, I don't know what that, but the goggles helped, right? I would need like almost swimming goggles, to be quite honest. Like in that Benny and June movie, I Would Walk 500 Miles music video, when she's got the snorkel and goggles and ping pong thing, holding it, telling the cars to stop. The Benny or June from the movie, whatever her name is. And I guess that's about it.